and welcome to my moldy abode. I know you're all dying to get in, but have patience. There's always room for one more. I'm the Crypt Keeper at your service. Funeral service, that is. Today, I'd like to discuss a subject very near and dear to me. Fear. How seldom we get the chance to truly experience this rich emotion. And so often, it's the last chance we get to experience anything at all. So, to let you get in touch with your fear, I have taken it upon myself to assemble a chilling collection of nightmares called Tales from the Crypt.
Something needs to be done about that fire. Have you got the poker?
Yes.
Well, let me have it.
What did you say?
What are you, deaf? I said let me have it.
To do my tales the justice they deserve, I had to coerce the finest directors Hollywood could offer into joining my putrid cause. The brilliant rogue, Robert Zemeckis, who brought you Back to the Future and Roger Rabbit.
What we're trying to do with this show is to make it blend humor and suspense, kind of in the grand tradition of Alfred Hitchcock. Because if you were too intense, it would just be too horrifying to watch. And if you were playing it too much for comedy, it wouldn't have any suspense or threat.
Then there's Walter Hill. Who else could have made 48 Hours?
People keep asking me about doing a horror film, and this is a horror film. Very much in that kind of Gothic American tradition that Poe and particularly Ambrose Bierce developed. And I thought this was an awfully good representation of that kind of literary format.
And let's not forget the wonderfully twisted Richard Donner, who directed Superman and Lethal Weapon.
Working on Tales of the Crypt was probably the most fun I've had in 15 years of the business. I mean, since I left television, this is the most fun I've had. They all have such wonderful twists. There are no heroes. It's bad gets what's coming to him. It's for anybody that really enjoys a good scare, a good laugh, and maybe a little different approach to television for a change.
As kids, they all read my comic book series and became addicted to them. Who would have guessed?
You could read O. Henry short story at night and go to bed. Used to read your Tales at night and you check the closet. We've tried to make it Tales very much like the comic book was. I mean, stage of comic book, not a motion picture that's making a motion picture. It's a motion picture that's making a comic book.
I very much tried to shoot it in a comic book style and use a color scheme that seemed to me to be reflective of EC Comics of that time.
My. Just listen to their commanding tone. So certain they are in control. So sure of their intentions.
These are great stories, and to be able to do them for HBO means that we'll be able to do them the right way. And that's what's exciting about it.
Naturally, I was just using them. Looking for the perfect proportions of horror and humor to leave you kitties howling.
You now have the 9 lives of this poor cat.
Wait a minute. How do I know I've got 9 lives?
They sought to kill you.
No, Doc, no!
Next came the supreme creation. Me, the rotting, maggot-ridden splendor here before you. Here again I used the best. Special effects man Kevin Yeager. He toiled day and night in his lab, connecting leg bone to ankle, arm bone to hand. But was he in control of his actions? Naturally, he thought so.
If adults see this, I want them to be excited by the fact that it rekindles something that they first were afraid of. You know, little things about the Crypt Keeper. He's hunched over, and he'll play that sort of hunched over type of, you know, turkey neck, you know, kind of vulture-looking thing. We've made the eyelids so they can really open wide to give it a real skull-like look. He's the type of guy that you like him, but he's also the type of guy that you'd like, but if you turn your back on him, he'd kill you and he'd stab you in the back or something.
Well, as you can see, my toads serve their purpose well. The only thing left to do was convince HBO. Oh, they whimpered a little. They groveled a little. They begged me not to do it. Naturally, I couldn't resist. Tales from the Crypt on HBO.
Warning, strong content. Parental discretion advised.